Happy New Year! Let's start the year on the right foot. Disclaimer, the following is for education and general information only, not investment, legal, or tax advice, and not a recommendation to buy or sell anything. Investing involves risk, dividends are not guaranteed, and past performance does not predict the future. I may hold position in securities discussed and may trade at any time. Fellow investors, bonjour. This is Mike Leroux, founder of Dividend Stocks Rocks and passionate investor. You're listening to the Dividend Guy blog podcast where I and my co-host Véronique will help you invest with more conviction so you can enjoy your retirement. Dividend Growth investors, bonjour. Mike Leroux here. You're listening to the Dividend Guy podcast. Kind of crazy. Another year. I don't even remember. Is it year number 7, number 8, Vero? I mean, this is crazy, right?
I think we're just starting year number 7, I believe. That's crazy. 7. I mean, what is going on, Mike?
Still here. Still having plenty of ideas. Do you believe that?
Yeah. My son would say that we're like OG, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So happy New Year to you, Mike, to you as well, listeners. Mike, what can I wish you for 2026?
Hey, I have a few things on my list this year. Actually, one that is not necessarily in my control, but I do control the process, is to win a tournament as a coach. So I saw my sons winning tournaments, but I was never the coach, so maybe I'm the problem. But this year we have a very strong team with Caleb at futsal. So anyways, going for the regional championship. Hopefully it's going to happen. But anyways, that's on my list. I'm going to also train with my son, my oldest one, William, which is, I don't know, kind of like a dead wish. If you would knew my son there, listeners, I mean, he's like 6'2", going to the gym 6 times a week, and he's a construction worker. So needless to say, he's a little bit more in shape than I am, but that's kind of my goal to get even more in shape now that I lost weight. So I'm going to try to follow his pace. I don't know what's going to happen there, but anyways, and I'm trying to see if I can pull out a short trip as a surprise with my wife this year. So, and it's a good thing that she doesn't listen to any podcast in English, so I can say it out loud and no one will ever know. So please don't tell your sister.
I'm not going to tell her. I'm not going to tell her for sure. She's going to be so happy if it works out.
Yeah, we kind of said that we spent a lot of money on the home renovation, but I'm like, yeah, that could be fun to, I don't know, plan something. So that's right now in the back of my mind. So what about you, Vero? Happy New Year. And what do you wish for this new year to come?
Well, honestly, I didn't think about it that much yet. I mean, we're January 1st as you listen to this, listeners, but we're recording this not even mid-December. So I'm still having time to think about it because I must admit, 2025 is going to be very hard to beat. I mean, I bought a horse this year, like a dream of a lifetime that came true. We went to friends and family, which was a big trip for us. What else? I mean, honestly, my 2 sons won 2 hockey tournaments this year, back to back, one after the other. It's just crazy what's happening in 2025 for us. I'm not sure how, not necessarily beat that, but maybe match it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will have to think about it.
The bar is already high.
Exactly. So we'll see. I'll give you an update in a couple of weeks. So on the podcast, we celebrate each year with a mini series. So for this special event, we're publishing shorter episodes every weekday for a week. So you can listen to our quick episodes in between parties and gatherings and all that and still get all the content you need to start 2026 on the right foot. Today is just the introduction and also telling you what's coming up in the next few days and invite you to our next webinar.
So the next webinar will be, it's usually the most popular webinar of the year. I mean, of course, because we're covering major themes and how to capture some of those tailwinds, protect your portfolio if you have a few concerns about the economy and the market, because that's also usually come out on the table, especially after 3 amazing years. So a lot of things that are going to be covered in the webinar. And our goal with the small series is to give you bits and pieces of what's coming up. But of course, you'll have the full package deal on January the 8th and look at the show notes for the registration. So back to the series. So before we start, I want to thank you. We just said 7 years in the making, kind of crazy. The podcast is growing year after year. So I'm super happy. And I want to thank you, listeners, to follow us and be commenting like on all the platforms, asking us questions, because that's like a good reason why we still know what we're going to talk about in 2026 is because we have a lot of inspiration from you guys. So just want to thank you. So the series, we're going to talk about where we were in 2025 and where we will go going forward. What's going to happen? Make sure that we are ready to face another year. It's kind of funny because when you invest for the long run. So it's kind of like, doesn't matter if we're in January or in June, right? It's just like another day, another month. But there's always something about the new year, even on the financial markets, where teams are a little bit more precise and the markets will draw more attention for one reason to another. And this is where you have to make sure that you are well prepared. And as I do in my coaching, it's all about having a strong process because the results, you don't know what's going to happen. The market's going to do the market. But if you follow a very strong investment process, you know that eventually you will reach your goals.
Okay, so tomorrow we will officially start the series with a 2025 market review so investors know what's next, right? Because I mean, it's one thing to know where we're going. It's always easier to know where you're going when you know where you come from, right, Mike?
Especially if you've been going on climbing a mountain that goes up and goes up and goes up and never goes down. It's kind of crazy. So we need to understand the context right now. A lot of investors are afraid of an AI bubble. They say that the market is overpriced. I mean, the market is overpriced for the past 50 years now. So not too sure what's going to happen there. Are we going to have a lagging impact from tariffs? There's the debasement trade as well. There's a lot to cover actually in the market review.
Right. And the next episode will be on Monday, January 5th, when we will cover the risk in 2026 for investors and how to protect your portfolio. So please give us a quick hint.
We go a little bit deeper into this supposedly bubble that we have. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened in the tech bubble as well. We're talking about AI. We're talking about market complacency in a sense that now investors are just like, yeah, everything is fine. Everything is good. We just keep investing and nothing could go wrong, right? Or on the other side, you have the market goes down by 10% and then they call that a market crash. So it's kind of like an interesting market for retail investors at this point. We also, of course, talk about the risk of having a recession and why so many people are stacking up gold at this point.
And the following episode will be a discussion about 3 safe high yield stocks for 2026. Why go with high yield, Mike?
Because they're super popular, right? And here's the thing, and I totally get that. A lot of investors, they want to get higher yield because it makes the math easier, right? So you invest at 5%, you get 5%, you spend that 5 and then you're good to go. Harder to do that if you earn 2.5% yield. So I get that, but they are tricky. Most of the time they are mature businesses with limited growth perspective, so it's easy to fall into a dividend trap or worse, a dividend cutter. So we're going to provide you with some robust names and ways to make the difference between a dividend trap and a good stock paying a good yield.
On Wednesday, January 7th, we will share the 2026 game plan for investors. What word would summarize it?
So it's a good refresh to build a robust strategy. We're going to tackle 2 points. So for those who are invested right now, as I am, 100% invested at all time, or those who are waiting on the sideline. And the point is to invest with conviction in both ways. And there are ways to do that even if you are waiting for a crash.
Finally, we will end the series with 4 dividend stocks from the Rockstar list that you may already know, but this time we pushed the filters a bit more and requested a minimum of 5% growth everywhere. This should be interesting.
I actually pushed the button even further because I had too many candidates. So I pushed it to 10%. And I actually
Okay.
found 4 companies anyway. So
Well, Mike keeps surprises for everyone, even for me. So Thursday, January 8th, is also the day that we will host a complete webinar about investing in 2026. If you want more details on how to invest this year, or if you'd like to ask your questions to Mike, because we always do a 1 hour live Q&A session, save your free spot now at thedividendguyblog.com/webinar.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about, of course, the investment themes of 2026, how you can capture them, different strategies to invest this year. And finally, we're going to end the webinar with my exclusive list of favorite picks per sector. So you certainly don't want to miss that part. It's going to give you a bunch of great ideas to move forward into this year and, of course, invest with conviction.
So thank you, Mike, for joining me for this special series. I can't wait to share more with you, listeners. Make sure to join our upcoming webinar at thedividendguyblog.com/webinar for our show notes and the complete series. So this week, everything will be on this page. You may want to bookmark it. Visit thedividendguyblog.com/261. Do not miss an episode again. Hit pause and the subscribe button underneath our logo to get notified. Happy New Year to you again, listeners. Thank you so much for being there. And until tomorrow, stay invested.
Stay invested. Disclaimer: the following is for education and general information only, not investment, legal, or tax advice, and not a recommendation to buy or sell anything. Investing involves risk, dividends are not guaranteed, and past performance does not predict the future. I may hold position in securities discussed and may trade at any time.